Just about ready to roll. Julio Rodriguez digs in now. And we're underway here in the home opener. Steele in his 5th season, 30 years old now, and he was a 5th-round pick back in 2014. There's the strike. Line to second, snagged on the bounce. To first, 1 out in the top of the 1st. And now for Seattle, Zach Neto. That one ripped, but foul. Here comes the 0-1.
That's a check.
Swing.
Did he
Trying
swing?
to hold up. Now an appeal to first. And he went around. That's ruled a swing. The 0-2. Inside, just missed. The shortstop takes the ball.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Got him. 2 up, 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. Cal Raleigh up next for the Mariners. And first offering is fouled off. Sliced hard, but foul. And ball 1. The next offering misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Stays alive. 2 down, nobody on. Breaking ball, and that got him.
Take first.
Now it's the Mariners DH, Rob Refsnyder. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Next offering is outside. in there at the knees for a strike. Oh, look at the stop. Throw to first. Nicely done for the out. We go to the bottom of the first, and taking the ball for Seattle, Luis Castillo. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup move. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. A solo shot. One down. So up now for Chicago, Michael Busch. Naylor. Here's the tag, and he's out. So now it's the four-hole hitter, Seiya Suzuki. Inside, and that's ball one.
That's a strike.
Into the outfield, base hit. So a two-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Nico Hoerner stands in with two away as he takes a ball. And it stays fair. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Next is the designated hitter, Kerry Carpenter.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage. Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Just missed.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
And that'll load the bases. In half up to hit. Way inside, gets out of the way. And a count 1-2.
Foul ball.
That one way inside.
Ball, no.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
3-2. Payoff pitch.
Ball 4.
Ball 4. And a run comes in to score. So bases all loaded up. Carson Kelly now at the plate. And that one fouled off. First inning going a bit long. 23 pitches to this point.
Ball.
Rodriguez gets under it. That is the inning. Top of the second, and stepping in for the Mariners, Josh Naylor. Foul ball there. The 0-1.
Ball, no.
On the ground. Horner gets it to first and quickly one away in the second. Here's Victor Robles.
The right fielder, number 10, Victor Robles.
This one in the air, center field. Out number 2. Now it's Randy Arozarena.
The left fielder, Randy Arozarena.
Swings over the top of that one.
Didn't recognize off speed. Thought it was fastball. A little bit out in front.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. 2 down, nobody on. That's
Ball.
down and in. A slider missed. Battling here as he fouls it away. The 1-2. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. Arozarena tries to hold up, appeal to first. He did not go around. And now 2-2. Hit in the air, center field. Crow Armstrong settles under this one. And that is that. Back here at Wrigley Field. So up now for Chicago, Dansby Swanson. What a stop. Fires to first, and they get the out. Back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup. Pete Crow Armstrong getting ready to hit. Singy, he wasn't real sharp in the first, got hit around, but really more so, didn't throw a ton of strikes.
Well, he's just got to find a way to settle down. He was clearly fighting himself out there, not really finding the strike zone, walking batters. So we'll see if he can get back on track and fill up the zone a little bit more.
The 2-0 is in for a strike. Swing and a miss at a slider. This one's smoked on its way out of here. He muscles that one out the opposite way. One down. Now the third baseman, Alex Bregman. And first offering is fouled off.
No, off the plate.
Neto. Throw to first in time. 2 down, base is empty. And next for the Cubs, Michael Busch. 0 for 1, he grounded out in his first at bat.
No.
A lot of pitchers have caught on to how good he is hitting the first pitch. Smart to avoid the zone right there.
Rodriguez under it, and that is that.
Yeah, went and beat the odds. They thought I was.
New inning getting started, and now for Seattle, Brendan Donovan. Ball 1, no strikes. That one to first, and it's through for a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Just one of those seeing high base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
Next to hit, Leo Rivas. The 1-0. On the ground, 2 ball. 1 at second. Throw to first, but he beat it.
Safe.
Back to the top of the Seattle order. Here's the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. First offering, and it just misses. Swings through that. Man at first, one away.
Ball 2.
And
Ball
there's
3.
a ball. So
Take your base. Ball
puts
4.
runners at first and second. Zach Neto, the next to hit, struck out swinging his first time.
No, that's a ball.
This
Outside.
is again
Ball
5
2.
in a row.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
In the air, center field. Crow Armstrong has a beat on it. He's there. He's got it. Runner tags at second. Throw cut off to third. And he gets to third safely. Moving up on the fly out. And there are 2 gone. Here's a big power threat. Cal Raleigh.
Ball
Just
outside.
missed.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
That crosses the plate, and now they're just 1 strike away from getting out of this mess. Next
Ball.
pitch misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners on first and third, 2 away. We're here in the top half of inning number 3.
Ball.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Check
That's a
swing.
check. Did he
Now
go?
look down to first, and he went around. Back here at the friendly confines. Now the Cubs 4-hole hitter, Seiya Suzuki.
You know, these Cubs doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. They're hitting everything thrown at them. Their contact rate is in the low 90s. It's like they know what's coming, and that's just pretty ridiculous what they're doing right now. Those numbers are well above the major league average.
Corner, batting with 1 down, takes a strike.
Ha!
Robles drifts towards it, and there's 2 away. Digging in, Kerry Carpenter walked his first time.
Kerry Carpenter.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Two down, nobody on. Sets him down on strikes. On to the 4th. In now is the Mariners DH, Rob Refsnyder. Steele back to work.
Well, these
Ball
Mariners, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Here's Josh Naylor. 0 for 1 so far. Hard ground ball, base knock. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And first offering is fouled off.
Ball, that's down.
On the ground to third, Bregman. They take the force out as they pass up the chance at the double play. Now the left fielder, Randy Arozarena. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a hard hit liner up the middle and a base hit. Lead runner makes the turn at second. And now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Up next for Seattle, the third baseman.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Brendan Donovan will hit next. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Runners on first and third, 2 away. Top half of inning number 4. Check swing, he held up. Ball 2.
Really good check swing right there. So difficult to hold off on the slider from the same side thrower.
Ripped back to the mound, and that got him. Runner from third comes across. It's an RBI single, and they cut the lead to 2. Leo Rivas up next for the Mariners. 0 for 1. He hit into a fielder's choice his first time.
Ball.
That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Swing and a foul out of play. 2 on, 2 outs. That's down and in. Next offering misses. Full count now.
That's a really good take.
He boots it. But they get the out at first, and that'll do it for the inning. Bottom 4, so up now for Chicago, Ian Happ. Check swing, and he went. And that is strike 1. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with the pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing.
And now the batter is Carson Kelly. Fair ball. The Rosarena gets it in. Runner stops at second, and the first 2 reach to start the inning.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. I know it was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of.
Base hit into the outfield. Happ on his way home. The run comes in from second, and they lead by 2. Pete Crow Armstrong, the next Cub to hit. Could be extra bases. Here comes Kelly. 1 run across. Cut off. Now a throw home. In there. He's safe.
4 hits in a row, and they're really swinging. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Toss to Naylor. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. So up next, Michael Busch. So out of the bullpen for the Mariners, Matt Brash.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
No question about this one. It's out of here. A 2-run homer. 1 down. And up next for Chicago, Seiya Suzuki.
Ball outside.
Laser. Could be trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he'll reach second with one away.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. 112 miles per hour. The ball seemed to explode off the bat right there. He put everything together on that swing. So that... one of those knocks that feels a little extra sweet.
So here's Horner now.
Ball.
Offense exploding for 5 so far in the inning. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Backhands, but he can't pick it up. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's 9-1.
Comes through with the RBI. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance, and
new pitcher for the Mariners, Jose A. Ferrer.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Still only 1 out here in the inning. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. One and 2 now.
Also really good at that. What I like about this guy, his back stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Man at second. And the 1-2 misses to even the count. Outside. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Payoff pitch. And ball 4, 2 aboard. 2 on with 1 out. Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder, Ian Happ. That one way inside. Takes it in for the out. 2 away. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Here's the catcher, Carson Kelly. Can't glove it cleanly. And everyone's safe. They're loaded. Swanson digs in.
Good swing out of him last time. Ripped a liner in the center.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. He gets there with the slide. And that's a nice play to end the inning. Well, this game isn't very close, Singy. Let's see if we got any messages from those tuning in today.
I know we got some good stuff in there.
All right, Singy, we've been in all the press boxes. You got best press box food.
I'd say press box food because of the ice cream. We have to go Philadelphia. Yeah.
Shout out to our guy Frank.
Yes. New York for me is pretty good. Yankees?
Yeah, solid.
Yeah.
Ripped to short. Tosses to first. And the first 2 set down in the top of the 5th. Here's Cal Raleigh now. What more can you say about this guy? Switch hitter, huge power, great framer behind. This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Makes the catch up against the wall. Bottom of the inning. Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Pete Crow Armstrong. And first offering is fouled off. That one fouled off. Gets a piece and stays alive. The 0-2.
Foul ball.
Backed off the plate that time. Swing, and he breaks his bat. In plenty of time to first, and that's the first out in the bottom of the fifth. Here's Alex Bregman. He's already homered in this game. So out of the bullpen for the Mariners, Troy Taylor.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
2 outs, base is empty. Michael Busch, the next Cub to hit. And the inning is over. All set for the top of the 6th. So now it's the Mariner cleanup hitter, Rob Refsnyder. Now there's a bullet down the line.
Well, these Mariners need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
And now it's Josh Naylor, 1 for 2.
Naylor.
Swing and a miss.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
The Mariners with a lot of ground to make up, and we're the top half of the 6th. There's a strike. Line drive, base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Really nice job, a 2-strike hitting in that at bat. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Fires to second for 1, and he'll eat it and be happy with the out. Here's the left fielder, Randy Arozarena. Smash to center, way back, and you can forget it. Home run. That one felt good. So 2 down. Here's the third baseman, Brendan Donovan. Now a screamer into the outfield. And that'll do it. Little solo. Bottom of the 6th. So now it's the Cubs hitter in the 4-hole, Seiya Suzuki. That's a ball. Tried to attack with the sweeper. Check swing called strike. Strike 1. Neto. Over to first.
Out of there.
Leadoff man retired in the 6th. Here's Nico Hoerner. A dive. Nice stop to first. And it beats him. What a play. 2 down, base is empty. Now it's the DH, Kerry Carpenter.
Outside ball.
Cracks his bat and pops him up. And that will end the inning. Here at Wrigley Field, and stepping in for the Mariners, Leo Rivas. Porter Hodge on a pitch out of the pen here.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well. No need to offer at that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Ground ball to the right side. Bush steps on the bag, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th. Back to the top of the order now. Julio Rodriguez now at the plate. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
First pitch swing in, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. Once you get the ball by pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
J.P. Crawford, the batter now, as he holds up his swing for ball 1. Runner takes off. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Crow Armstrong should have this one. That's out number 2.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Raleigh avoids the first pitch for ball 1. Rodriguez leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Oh, that one almost gets him again.
Inside.
So a walk puts runners at first and second. 2 aboard, 2 outs. Rob Refsnyder up next. Mariners 0 for 3 with 2. Ground outs and a strike. The Mariners going with a pinch hitter. Luke Raley looking for a big hit with 2 out, runners at first and second. Hard hit left side. They get the force. That's the inning. Back here at Wrigley Field. So up now for Chicago, Ian Happ. That ball's carrying. And out of here. He shoots one out to right. Now the Cubs catcher, Carson Kelly. Rivas. The throw to first. 1 pitch and 1 out. Dansby Swanson stands in. And that one fouled off. 0-1. That one pushed foul. 1 out, bases empty, and a run in here at the bottom of the 7th. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. So back to the top of the order. And the back. Now, Pete Crow Armstrong. Gabe Spire taking over on the mound. He's into the game with the bases empty. Puts a bunt down. The flip. They get the out. And that'll do it. Josh Naylor digs in now.
The first baseman, number 12, Josh Naylor.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. That's a ball. Tried the sweeper. Swing and a high fly ball hit the air left center field. This one's got a chance. And gone into the home run basket. And they cut into the lead. And now it's Victor Robles up to hit. 0 for 3 in this one. So out of the pen comes the right-hander. Palencia.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
Dominic Canzone in the box now. No balls and a strike. Ball 1 there. The 1-1 is fouled off. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in, and we're in the top of the 8th. Next pitch is inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. There's a swing and a drive. And that one is foul, so we'll try it again. Stays alive. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Randy Arozarena up next for the Mariners. He's already homered here in this one.
What do you got?
Swing on the first pitch. Appeal down to first. And that's a swing according to umpire Ed Drummond. Now the 0-1. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. 2 outs, base is empty. Stepping in, Brendan Donovan.
Did he swing?
Checks his swing. Appeal down to third. No swing. Earl Hendricks with the call. And a foul ball. The 1-1. That one is hammered right field. That's back there. And it is gone. It's their second home run of the inning. So 2 down. And up next for Seattle, Leo Rivas. That one at triple digits. And a swing and a miss. Pumping serious gas at 102. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. So up now for Chicago, Alex Bregman. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Round second, digging for third. The relay throw. Safely into third with the leadoff triple.
Waste no time there. Nice job going the opposite way with it. Letting the ball travel and not allowing the barrel to hook around the ball. It's so frustrating when you see a good pitch and your hands roll over. It was on the outside part of the plate, and he approached it perfectly.
Spire. He's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts in a tough spot like this. That is a big-time benefit.
Now, as a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you, expecting to get a swing and miss.
Seiya Suzuki, the next to hit. So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Andres Munoz.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup. That one is upstairs.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
And that one is lifted in the air. Rodriguez under it. And he makes the catch. Runner tags from third. Throw cut off. Down to the plate. Save! And they add to their lead as the run scores from third. So no one on after the sac fly. Nico Hoerner will hit next. And that's the third out. We go to the ninth. Here's the Mariners' leadoff man, Julio Rodriguez. Here comes a new arm for the Cubs, Hunter Harvey.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Check swing, and he went. Strike one.
No, that's outside.
Swings through that one out in front that time. Swings through him for the K. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. So digging in, J.P. Crawford. Fly to center his first time. And that one pulled foul. One down, base is empty here in the ninth. That's ripped, base hit. And that's a one-out single. The switch hitting catcher will come up to hit. Cal Raleigh. First
Ball.
pitch, and
No,
he has to
that's
get
it.
out of the way. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. And that one's gone into the bleachers. And they close the gap. It's 11-7. One down. Now it's the Mariners DH, Luke Raley. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. The 1-2. And that skips in the dirt. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
And that one ripped to left. That's a base hit, and it gets by him. Around first, heading for two. And he'll pull into second safely.
Up next is Seattle.
One out, runner at 6. So they turn to their closer, Phil Maton.
He's got a wicked breaking ball in his arsenal, and it's definitely one of his go-to pitches when he needs an out.
This one in the air, center field. He makes the grab. Runner tags at second, and he's up to third safely with two gone. So they're down to their final out. Dominic Canzone getting ready to hit. Went down on strikes his first time through. 0-1.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it, it's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
They're down to their final strike. That one
Outside.
just misses the outside corner, and the count is 1-2. Swing, and he popped it up. He's got it. Ball game.